getting shot at, yeah, I think that's a huge issue. I think that is something that needs to be taken very seriously. We're not like Turkey or those other countries. Like in Turkey, I believe like a couple of years ago, one of their politicians got murked. You know, like it's very serious in that case. Again, yesterday we shared how the police were warned that there was somebody on the roof, and they just ignored it. They didn't do anything about it. Like, how do you ignore somebody on a roof with a rifle? Like, y'all didn't think that was like, there's a lot of things that have gone down and they were not taken care of. They were not handled in the right way. But you can't make people feel a certain kind of way when they don't care for someone. Again, I'm not wishing death on anybody, but you can't force people to start crying and being worried about somebody who they don't give a fuck about. Simple as that. And I feel that everybody should have questions. Like, how can this happen? One thing I want to talk about this whole fist pump thing, right? Well, he was all like, he was pumping his fist up in the air because I didn't know what he was saying. I know he said, hold on, hold on. And I was like, hold on. Like, you were just shot. Like, why are you saying hold on? So when he's like pumping on his fists and stuff, like, he's saying fight, fight, fight. That's what he's telling people to do. You're literally, you just got popped in your ear and you're inciting people to fight. Now, some people are going to interpret it saying like, oh, well, what he was trying to say was that, he's going to fight for this country because he cares about it. All right, if you want to play like that, all right, that's your interpretation. But he's literally saying fight, fight, fight. And knowing that this man, again, probably because of security, he couldn't go visit the people, knowing that he did not go see the other two victims that got hit, and he didn't even call the widower of Corey that got, popped. He did not call that person who died, the wife. Obviously, he couldn't call the person. This is her actual statement right here. It says, Helen told the Post, the New York Post, told the Post that President Joe Biden President Joe Biden tried to call her, but she declined to speak to him since her husband was a devout Republican, and he would not have wanted me to talk to him. But she added that she does not hold the current president responsible for what happened to her family. I don't have any ill will towards Joe Biden, she said. I'm not one of those people that gets involved in politics. I support Trump. That's who I'm voting for, but I don't have ill will towards Biden. He didn't do anything to my husband. A 20-year-old despicable kid did, talking about the shooter. She continued, the family has not heard from Trump, she added. Here's my problem with Miss Helen, and I know she's a widower, right? So I'm going to try to be kind. But then I'm not. I'm definitely sorry to what happened to her husband, right? But literally, the president calls you to, wish you well, and you decide not to answer the call because that's not what your husband would have wanted and all this other. But you claim not to be a political person. But you did not take the president's call. But yet, you did not get a call from Trump. And he was seen golfing the next day. And I'm trying not to really go in. But this is not going to be my show if I don't tell the truth. Again, I'm not saying that the man Corey that got unalived deserved it. I'm not saying that. But there was a lot of controversial shit that he was posting on his Twitter. And something that I had seen was this, and this is his legit Twitter. So there's a posting about the bombings in Gaza, right? And he says, they'll get over it. The Japanese did. Referencing World War II, obviously. I mean, one. No, two. I'm sorry. And here's my thing. Again, I'm not saying that he deserved to be unalived, but if people don't feel sorry, they don't feel sorry. You can't force people to feel sorry. Now, wishing bad on someone is horrible. I will always stand by that. You should never wish bad on somebody or wish somebody was unalived or something like that, right? But when you are heartless, and there's more that I can post, I'm just not going to do that. But when you're literally putting out evilness and venom out there, expect to get it back. Karma is a bitch, and she's unforgiving. Something else that I didn't like is that you see all those people and how what they decided to do was pull out their phone, how they decided to like cheer and all this other shit, and you're just kind of like, are y'all crazy? Are y'all out your mind? Literally, there's a shooting, and then there's somebody like, these are the people that were right behind Trump. There's literally somebody down because they lost their life because they were in the head. They were popped in the head. Lost their life, and you guys are cheering this man on, and like nobody had a sense of awareness. Only the few small minority that were by the guy who got popped were actually paying attention to what's going on. Everybody else is all cheering and everything else, and I'm all like, y'all had no sense of urgency at all? It's crazy to me how your politics can become a religion. You should never treat any political figure as a god. And that's what you see a lot, treating it as a god. That's wild to me. That is crazy to me. You would risk your own life for a man that can probably not give a fuck about you. And that would be the same for Joe Biden. I don't think he cares that much either. Like, I ain't going to say like, oh, he loves the people. No, I'm not going to say that. But at least somebody would have some kind of awareness to be all like, we need to get the people out of here. Not try to do a photo op. And I said yesterday, I was like, that's a dope ass picture. I didn't lie when he had the fist up in the blood. I ain't gonna lie and say that I didn't say it wasn't a dope picture. That was a dope picture. But that was so ignorant of you to do that at a time of when somebody had lost their life. You got popped in your ear and you want to fist pump and say, fight, fight, fight. Somebody said stunt queen. Yeah. That's wild to me. That was your first thought. And the fact that the Secret Service let you do that and they didn't just drag your ass along. It was like, no, we gotta go. Like they let you do that little fist pump and everything like that. What? And the sad part is that the conversation isn't going to be around the whole assault rifle. And like I told you, I'm not like a crazy gun nut. Like, I'm not like, oh, you need to get rid of all guns or anything like that. No. But why was the Thomas dude, who's the shooter, why was he allowed to buy like 50 rounds of ammo? Like, that doesn't put an alert in the system automatically. This is a 20-year-old kid. He just, like, it's where he's from, it's like a suburban town, right? A 20-year-old, 50 rounds of ammo, like, that doesn't put an alert or anything like that. I'm just thinking, like, as I understand, Stephanie, it was at one time. So then, besides the purchase, he was actually able to scale the building and get up on top of the roof. Now, they said it was outside of the security parameters, but even with that thought, you would think, like, again, there's another video where you see the snipers on top of the roof next to where Trump was, and it looks like they were looking at something, right? It looks like they were looking, and then it was kind of like, well, what are they looking at? And then all of a sudden, that's when you hear the pop, 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 pop. That's when you hear it. And then they shoot, and then they neutralize them or whatever, right? That's what they, instead of shooting, they call it neutralize. They neutralize the suspect. But if you look at a certain camera angle, and I hate that I can't bring up my videos, but it looks like they were already looking at the guy before the shots even popped off. So the whole thing is very alarming and it's very disturbing. Again, I'm not saying that I wish for anybody to be unalived or anything like that. But it's just important. Don't play with your life. No political party is worth your life. It's not worth it. Like, please, 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 be safe out there. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. Still on the Trump news, because I got to talk about these two real quick. So Trump picked JD Vance. He's the senator in Ohio. He picked him, right? But you had these two shucking and jiving and didn't get picked. Now, here's the thing. Both of these two were never going to get picked. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, as far as the black vote, these two weren't going to help Trump get that black vote. The people that are black that are voting for Trump already made up their mind a long time ago. But this wasn't going to get Trump any more support. These two. Before they call it the First Step Act, it was called something different. And Tim Scott was the lone Republican trying to get that passed through when it was Obama for president, and he wasn't able to get it passed through. So he already was looked at as like, And then the word on the street is that him and Lindsey Graham are really partners together. You know, recently he had to get him a fake girlfriend and stuff like that. Going on to Byron Donalds, right? The one on the right. So he, has been talking about the Jim Crow era, that was more black people together and stuff like that. Yeah, but there was also segregation. That's what he forgot to mention. But here's the thing. He's out there talking about the black family, but sir, you do not have a black family. Your wife is white. And there's nothing wrong with being snow bunnied. Shout out to Dr. Umar. even though he ain't a real doctor. It ain't no problem being snow bunnied. But this is something I didn't know, you guys. So Byron Donald was actually married to a black woman, and he was cheating on his wife with the woman that he's married with now. I did not know that. I was all like, oh. So if he would have got that VP pick, that would have definitely came out, and they'd be like, look, he's with a cheater. You know, he's with a cheater. Trump is a cheater. That would have all came out. So I believe these two, one, wasn't able to garner any more black support, and then two, too many questions about them, too questionable. So he went with who he went with, and who the new his vice president pick. I'm sorry, I'm saying vice president pick because he hasn't been elected yet, right? This new guy, JD Vance, well, not new, I shouldn't say. He was a critic of Trump. So we'll see how that all plays out because they're already putting out videos of all the negative stuff that he said about Trump in the past. So we'll see how it works out, and we'll see how November goes. But the crazy part is, and I'm so mad that my clip didn't work, right? Y'all know the Sloan Bella lady? She actually said this back in, I want to say March it was. I got a little clip. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the clip. And then, of course, I'm going to throw in my 2 cents and add my commentary in there. And y'all ain't going to like it, but hey, it's my show, so I'm allowed to say it. Okay.
I know what I predicted no election. I don't see the election. I keep saying that. I don't see it. So I don't know who's going to get shot, but somebody's going to get shot. No, I'm not saying doing that. I'm saying shot up. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyone?
I'll play it one more time.
Anyone know what I predicted no election. I don't
predicted
see the
no
election.
election.
I keep saying that. I don't see it. So I don't know who's going to get shot, but somebody's going to get shot. No, I'm not saying doing that. I'm saying shot up. Anyway, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, May 24th this was. So yeah, that was her statement. She was all like, I see somebody getting pow, right? And I was all like, oh, wow. Like, and then it actually ended up happening. Now, I'm not one for like mediums and stuff like that. People who, well, she's not a medium. Well, no, she would be because she talked to dead people and stuff. I see dead people. But you know, I thought only the black spirits talked to her. I didn't know the white spirits talked. Y'all, I had to say it, y'all. I'm sorry. I thought only the black spirits talked to her because it seemed like she would only go viral when the black spirits talked to her. But when the white spirits, I ain't never heard anything. You know, let me just say this, y'all. Okay, when I die, right, my spirit is not going to talk to a short blonde hair white lady. I just want to let y'all know. I just want to let y'all know that up front. My spirit is not going to talk to a short hair blonde white lady. You know, I don't know who I'm going to talk to. But, you know, I don't think it's going to be a short hair blonde. Because I'm just asking. Like, all these black people, they be like, no, I ain't going to go to the black spiritual person. I'm going to go to the white and blonde lady with short hair. Like, this is what our ancestors died for. Our ancestors died to talk to a short, blonde, white hair lady. I'm just asking, y'all. I'm just asking. Like, they was all like, I'm going to talk to this short hair blonde white lady. Out of all the people, they be all like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to her. Like they did, like they skipped all the black people and just went to this. And maybe the spirits don't see color. Does anybody know? Do spirits see color? Maybe they don't see color. Like I'm just saying, like no one. I just got questions, y'all. Ain't nobody thought that? Put a 1 in the chat if anybody else thought that. Like, this is like, damn, all those spirits be talking to her? Like, out of all the people? Like, they didn't have, like, you know, like, because none of the spirits came and talked to me. I don't know what's going on. Like, how I get the spirits to talk to me? You know, the spirits don't talk to me, but for some reason, they talk to her. Thank y'all. I knew I was the only one. I see some of y'all putting 1s. Don't be ashamed. And listen, it's no hate to her at all. It's no hate. I'm not throwing no hate to her. I'm not, yeah. I'm just saying, I'm very curious to, like, you know, oh, she does talk to the white spirits? Okay. It just didn't seem like she talked to the white spirits. It seemed like when she went viral, it was when she talked to the black spirits, but she don't go viral for talking to the white spirits. It's just a question, right, Nina. It's just a question. I was just wondering, you know, I was like, okay, that's all they talked. They only talked to her. Okay, all right. But yeah, that's what she said. And so I was like, oh, okay, you know. And again, I feel like I'm more of a person that believes in like intuition and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying I don't think people can't connect to people's spirits and stuff like that, but I believe in more like energy and stuff like that. That's why I like the tarot card stuff. It doesn't like scare me or nothing like that. Um, yeah, that's just my own personal opinion. But that was her prediction, and then he got popped in the ear. So I mean, okay.